Yeah, to listen to what the youth want and begin to think about them. Thank you so much. We're expecting Kao Moroto, and I don't see Mia yet. Maybe I would request the DJ to first give us some music as we find out how far he is. Thank you. Take this chance to invite Kao Kochido. Come and step in. Karibu.
Moderator, our dear RDCs of the region, the district chairpersons of the region, our dear partners, district stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Oshoro. I'm the deputy Kotido. I've been ambushed to welcome you, but I will still insist that this is not the first time. Each time when we are in Moroto, at times the technical wing of Moroto normally tend to ignore functions here in Moroto. At least I'm happy with the political wing. They tend to be really prompt. So it is not our own making that we came here and you don't welcome us. But nevertheless, on behalf of Kao Moroto, let me take this single honor to welcome all of you to this summit. Personally, I'm excited that I'm attending a summit for the first time of this kind, which is a theme that is shaping Karamoja's future and inclusive governance and climate action. I'm really happy. It shows that I'm a Karamoja myself, it shows that the youth in the region have woken up. And this is really the way to go. I've been attending functions of youth, which is just geared to happenings, maybe just a discourse, or even youth conferences at religious level. But this particular one really is the best to me, and it shows that really we are now moving to the right direction. Since this is the opportunity for me to welcome you, let me also give you a take. Uh, Religiously, uh, they say the last always will be the first. And I'm told that's what the Bible says. So, as a region, we have been viewed countrywide to be the last. But who knows, with this kind of ideas that the youth, are bringing up, we might be the leading in this country. you reflect back to our resources. You might be a youth there, but you don't know which resources we are having as a region. You are just there, but we are just seated on riches. 3 weeks back, I can tell you this, 3 weeks back, there are people who are seated outside our region. But someone has a exploration license, you know. There are some technical people who are seated somewhere. They know which mineral is where, which deposit is where, but they get a license. But he might not have the capacity to invest there. But you find he might do the trade off. He looks for an investor and he brings, then he's paid the good money. I've seen it, I've interacted with the fellows, but this was supposed to be our opportunity. But someone is just based there, maybe in another region, benefiting, but we are just given maybe 1 million, then we get excited. So this is the time. If we are saying shaping the Karamoja future, honestly, let's team up and we ensure that we really organize our youth in the region. We organize even in these partners, but maybe also to partners, as you are partnering with us, let's not take advantage of our being maybe disorganized in the region. Then maybe we say, let's maybe deceive them, exploit them. No, but you come with the ideas which can transform the region. So that one, I don't want to hide from it. Let's be focused. Let's be organized. We shall get all what it takes to ensure that our place is changed, to ensure that the economic status even of our locals is transformed positively. So I know the youth have been viewed that as people who have energy. Let's use that energy really to invest on the ground such that we transform our place positively. Let's not be also be viewed as youth. We have been seen as youth who are experts maybe in drinking. You know, we can drink a lot without thinking tomorrow. So that mentality now should be changed. We might even enjoy life. Let's not enjoy life with excitement that maybe we are drinking tomorrow, maybe this Nile or Uganda breweries will what? Will it dry? No. It will still be there and it will continue there, but take later. Why am I saying this? In 1996, I started my P7, but I had a friend who was a mutation, but some 2 years back he died. We finished P7, but we were excited. We went to take alcohol, this locally brewed alcohol. Not this one now, which is common in our region, brought from somewhere. We took alcohol, thinking that this alcohol which is made here is a bit sweet. We are taking, and for me, I took three. That time it was glasses, like you are taking like this. It is maybe beer, but we are sipping it. But it nearly killed us. So that excitement of saying, "I've finished this level, let me enjoy life." At times, they can lead you as a youth to some problems. Yes, we are also still heading there. I might have passed the youth stage, but if they pick some youth now of today and we all stand, they might think that maybe I'm even below 30, but I'm heading to 50, but nobody can know. But just because the way I handle myself, that time 1996, I've never tasted again that UG. I mean that alcohol thing. Maybe I can take wine once a while. I also take beer, but not with excitement. But I'm there. So at times it is good as a youth, we think positively. At least we come with ideas which can transform what? our region. From where we sit, to be honest with you, me personally, even when I'm in Ikotido, certain projects which come, I don't want to be appearing like I'm segregative, but I tend to dictate. Even when I'm supposed to go to the site, I observe whether there are some youth which are employed, which are mixing those aggregates at least to get something. That's what it means, occupying uh, our people, but not just bring the entire squad from somewhere and then you just bring them. No, from where we sit, we treasure the youth. Any ideas you bring, we really help you to handle. But let us add more. Let us add more effort. So I don't want to be like a little lecturer. Let me just stop at that. I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you. Sorry. You can now see. So I forgot to introduce my colleagues. We have 9 districts. I believe 2 municipalities. I hope all of them were invited. So cows of the entire Karamoja, if you are around, please get up for recognition and possibly I don't know whether they can introduce themselves, but you first get up for recognition. Yes, we have a cow on our park, Alepere Faith, cow Kabong, cow Abim, cow Nabilatu, cow Nakapriprit. Now we have our senior. In fact, was even supposed to be the one to welcome us. Cow Leruantu. That is a cow Amudat. He's heading to be a senior citizen. He has served this country. How did I know him? As I'm a deputy cow in Kotido, I was seeing his signatures there in some files in Kotido. So he even served in Kotido some years back in 2007 when I was getting a job. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Uh, at the time we're going for prayers, LC5 Moroto walked in, and so I want to give him a chance to come and talk to us, and also later introduce other LC5 chairpersons who are around. Say welcome.
Thank you very much, moderator, the leadership of the 9 districts, the chief administrative officers, the RDCs, the development partners, the fellow youth, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pulkol Angelo, the LC5 chairperson for Morto District Local Government. I am totally happy for this engagement. As a region, this is how we need to step with some of the issues affecting the entire Karamoja. I want to take the opportunity to welcome and make the LC5 step forward. Those who are here, you are big to come and speak for yourselves and introduce yourselves. The LC5s of the 9 districts, those who are here, please step forward, including the mayors. Step forward, please. I'm young to introduce you.
Alala tange ke bala ka noi noi. Sikeda de chama de noi noi. Sanu kiro mon kare tingeri turayo. Ngera yo, ngera yo. Yo. Agala gala mabajo. I never saw me.
For the young people. Matan Katunga, Mata Kakil, Mata Kakil. My name is Honorable Lokiru Benedict, and then the stage name is called Natima. I'm the district chairperson for Nablatuk district. I'm happy to be here to plan for the future generation. That's what somebody say. And I agree with that person. We are not planning for ourselves. All of you here are above 25 years. What are you planning? It is for the next generation. Thank you.
Matan katuma. Matan katumuna. Mata kotera Karamoja. Mate to poloto Karamoja. Ladies and gentlemen, ke karorwa. Prokiru Simon Peter. Lolim. You know, now, the other colleague of mine was saying, the stage name. The stage must be known. If you don't have a stage, you'll not be here. Yes. The district chairperson for LC5, Nata Prepreti. The other Bono Moroto. Actually, not the Zarbo, but the second Bono Moroto. You know, Moroto gave birth to Cotido. Then immediately he gave birth to Prepreti. And all of us, we know why we have come here. The agenda is very simple. Why Karamoja buy? Why? We should ask ourselves why. Most of you, when you are growing, you heard the word say, we cannot wait for Karamoja to develop. Why? It's a simple question. It's a disturbing question. It's a question when you think you can't even sleep, you can't even eat. Why? Yet, people are eating from the plate called Karamoja. When they turn the other corner, they say, we cannot wait for Karamoja to develop. While they're eating from there, time has come. And the time is now. It is you and me, to make this Karamoja, to make our region get back its glory. It's not my day. I would have said a lot, but let me end here. Thank you. You have the notes. Thank you.
I want to take this opportunity to welcome you in a special way. My other current speakers have all managed to say Mata, and it's a privilege for the only lady among the gents here to also say Mata. Mata Kekidil. Mata Kaalakarai. I'm Judith Obstakot, the Vice Chairperson, Abim District Local Government, here in the capacity of the District Chairperson. We, as the young generation, have our slogan that keeps us lively. As politicians, we know when we are doing our things down there, there's the best word that brings it all out. And I want to say this: youth hoye, youth hoye, all of us here hoye. I'm so humbled. Let's focus on what has brought us here as we pray for the transformation of Karamoja. I wish you all the best.
Mata district chairpersons,
Mata.
Mata Yadradan,
Mata.
Mata NGOs operating in Karamoja sub-region, Mata Nkatumunak, Mata Nkatumunak, Mata Gayakizil, Mata Toyakas, Mata Gayetis, Mata Nooi. So Lotiang Albert Loris is my official name. And the one of the field, when we go and campaigns within our villages, it is called the stage. It's a new term that I've also heard today. So I am Apa Loris. I'm going to compose. Those are names of the Karamojong. Apa Loris. You see, there are animals in the farm, in your corral. You can pick one. The spotted one, black, white, like that. That's the one I praise. It is equivalent to a cheetah or a leopard. Those are the names. Thank you so much. But amidst you, I have one of my voices, one of my hands, one of my gadgets. The youth, I put that person as the vice chairperson of Kabong District Local Government. She came with the ticket. She came with the ticket of the youth, like you now. I want her to stand up for recognition. So can you come and say your name officially? You have been granted before I say anything. So it's the youth, they are beautiful, very active, and we want to mentor them, the system, okay?
Mata the youth, Mata Ngatumuna, Mata Impeyo, Mata LC5, Mata RDCs, Mata Dadam, whoever is in the room, you're most welcome. I'm by the name Nolem Mercy. I'm the district youth chairperson, vice chairperson Kabong, and I'm the district female youth counselor. So I want to, opportunity has been granted to us. I want to tell us that Kabong, before this, has already started implementing the issue of shaping Karamoja's future with inclusion in youth governance and climate action. So Kabong has already done it, and now we are ready to take up from there. Thank you.
So I just want to have the privilege to communicate something in short about you. You know, we grow. Youth did not come today. It has been there. Even me, I participated in the affairs like yours. Therefore, the challenge is that I want you to even respect your people in authority so that things can move better. You know, the youth are being listed for confusing and abusing their leadership. So that is wrong. For me, by profession, I'm a teacher. I want to bring you to book so that you can understand your challenges together with your leaders. We can handle them together with you. Okay? So when we are here, please, we want highly respect from you so that we move together. I know you are very bright, you are very active. You know, when the youth come from school and they don't involve, you know, there are two things that I've been reading as a teacher. There is what is called job creation and job seeking. Many of them prefer job seeking than creating a job. What is the purpose of you going to school and get that master's? It is for exploiting the environment so that you cannot blame other people. You see, there are some limited jobs in the district, like CDO, who participated by the younger people. There's no way we can remove that person unless otherwise. And then many people will still come. What is very important is you have to create job for others to benefit.
But however, I want to thank the NGOs operating in the sub-region. Thank you so much for giving them the knowledge, the skills. They will not blame you, even if you went. You have given them enough. It's not because of money only. Think how to multiply that money, okay, so that it grows very well. It's not my day. I am a guest who has been, but even I'm given a time, I can also say those issues. I want you to hold all our hands together and make Karamoja, where Kabong is a part, can develop. I know I can bring very fast, so it is just a slip of tongue. So thank you so much, my people. Thank you.
Wait for the rest complete.
Yeah, protocols in order. I welcome all of us here. I am the vice chairperson of Karenga district. And here, in the capacity of the chairperson, who has some engagement, is in Gulu. So, my elders have talked, and I'm not going to do paste and copy, because I know what they have said is what I also wanted to say. But now, to the youth, I think I'm very happy with the theme. You know, we as Karamojong, we need to use the right-based approach, which says nobody should be left behind. So for you who wants to be behind, then it means you have a problem. We are past the age of being used. I'm now 49 years, and I was surprised when the deputy of Kotido was saying he sat his PLE in 1996. And yet I sat my senior 4 in 1996. So it is really challenging. So it means I was left behind. By now I would be a minister. So with all those few remarks,
Your name.
that's what I want to say. My name is Okongo Peter Dan. And I never wanted also to tell you that in Karenga also, because of the word inclusiveness, we included the youth. Then we took on the gender. She's our Secretary of Works. I therefore also want her to stand up to be recognized that we are not biased. We are included. So it's there. Thank you.
Matang Karachuna, Matang Karimojong, Matang Kariko, Matang Kapiriana, Matang Tungakaukuj, Mata Kamin, Mata Ketich, Mata Kayakaukape, Aranka Aurora Honorable Sire Mark, the Mayor of Moroto Municipality. Shaping Karamoja future through inclusive governance, climate action. That is what we youth should do. I am only 2 years a step from the main big youth of 35 years. And so I have moved a life that all of us should copy. One, after my university, I came and I created my own job. And I've been on my own job. And I've been elected from my own job. I never disturbed anybody. I think that's why many people liked me. So to our youth, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Restless Development. Thank you, Kaese. And thank you all the development partners for bringing us together, because this is where leaders and youth were supposed to come together. Because youth never allow playing around with leadership. That is why it is youth who change leadership. It is youth who can change leadership. It is youth who can bring you down. It is the youth who can step you up in life. So I am really very glad and I'm very happy that you have brought all of us together for unity and harmony. And I want to tell us, avoid having a lot of actions for many things, for nothing. You come with many actions, you do nothing, it will not help. I want us, first of all, as youth, First, identify the need if you want something to progress. 2, prioritize the need. After identifying, you need to prioritize which one among the many that we need to implement. 3, take action. After making a priority, you need to take action on a particular need that you have identified. The other one is let it be done until it is achieved. So those are some of the actions that I want us youth to take action on. I am taking you to an example of the minerals that God has enriched us with. We have the minerals in Karamoja. There are many trucks taking our minerals out. How are we going as youth? How are we going to take action on them? How are you benefiting as a youth? We have many factories that have come closer to pick out minerals and to put into action. Which action are we taking? Are we being employed? And I've seen many of us have been identified as leaders to come to our district to discuss matters concerning the youth. Now, in the 2 factories that we have realized in Moroto, how is it employing the number of youth? So I would like the 9 districts in the presence of our chairpersons to at least go back with that knowledge, identify how many youth are willing to work with the factories. Let each LOC5 come with the list so that we reach out to these factories and we employ our people. Why are we ignoring what is within our souls? Why are we ignoring what is destroying our land? So the other action that I want us to take is that from today, also come up with an action that how many trees is the population which is attending this summit going to plant in replacement of the minerals that we have lost? How are we going to task government to support the organizations that are being run by youth to see that they have to replace the environment in terms of climate action? Why are we talking of climate action when we are not taking an action? I am the host. I am the mayor of Motor Municipality. That is the reason why I've taken long to say something because I may not have time. I say this for God and my country. Yeah.
Thank you so much. There is something that I forgot behind me. I am challenging my district chairpersons that when we come together, we need to think of the regional council of the sub region. So that's my announcement. We have so that we can deliberate issues as one for Karamoja. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, my dear governors of those respective districts. I also want to take the opportunity to introduce to this gathering my district councillors. In case you are here, stand up for recognition. The district councillors, both for the district and the mayor. Thank you very much. Thank you. Those are the people steering. Moroto. I think issues of Karamoja started way back when a white man, a Muyindi, and an African went to seek for blessings from God. These 3 people walked up in the morning, went to visit God. Very early in the morning, knocked at the door. God came out and tried to ask, why are you here? They said, the white man said, I have come to seek for wisdom. And God told him, is that only what you have come to seek for? The white man said, yes, only wisdom. The Muindi said, I have come to seek for riches, to be the richest man in the world. Is that all? The Muindi said, yes. An African, I think, was from Nablatu, Moroto, or where. When they tried to ask, what is your problem? said, pure, 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 pure. I think it is the reason we are good at following the white man whenever he's in Karamoja and the Mwidi whenever he's in Karamoja. Basically, that is how our issues started. So it is us now, the cows, the RDCs, the governors, and the youth to find a day and fix to go and tell God, we want wisdom, we want riches, we want our minerals to be tapped and to be used as the Cameroons. A lot has been said, narratives have been placed, stories have been said. The youth of today deserve to be protected, deserve to be given the podium to raise up their voices. Karamoja entirely is the richest and blessed region. Karamoja can feed Uganda for more than 500 years. I wonder why today we are filling all social medias in aspect of food insecurity. If today you start up to around 5, you will see for yourselves how billions and trillions of money are leaving this region. So I want to encourage all of us. It is now a responsibility of each one of us who is a Karamojang and is in this forum. Let's leave the narratives of divide with ethnicity. These issues of saying I'm a Bokwara, I'm a GA, I'm a Pen, I'm a Dodot is killing us. I want to encourage all the LC5s, the mayors, that let us have a forum where our issues are discussed in an informal manner. These issues of saying the minerals are from Moroto, these issues of saying the factories are from Moroto, let it stop. It is the highest time that we need to hold the investors accountable as the entire leadership of Karamoja. There are factories now in Moroto, which is supposed to employ hundreds and thousands of the youth of Karamoja. So I want to encourage us, let's have time one day to march to these factories and see for ourselves the human resource that these factories have employed. The government has talked a lot on issues of water for production. Of recent, we were with the governors in the office of the Prime Minister, only to receive a report that is hurting, that some dams were given a report by the Ministry of Water, that some dams in financial year 2023-2024 were worked on to full capacity. The Kobebe Dam that is supposed to handle billions of volumes of water. Lobtuk, some dams are being said have been worked on, the ones of Kotido. We are seeing Balam touring districts. My senior Anatimat said, do we also have the prerogative, the powers to arrest the ministers who are eating, looting Karamoja? Would want Balam to give us power, or the president to give us power to arrest these ministers who are cheating and looting Karamoja? I am very happy for the fashion art that my RDC for Moroto is putting forward. When RDC, you stand up for the nation. Let people see you. My RDC has a very patriotic heart for Karamoja. But I don't know if it's the same with the rest of the commissioners here. Let government and let us as youth request for long-lasting solutions. Issues of food relief is not going to help us. It is us now to speak loudly for the solutions that will disease Karamoja with headlines. We should push for affirmative action, basically on education. I think what we need now to invest on is through education. A wise man once time said, if you want food for today, you go fishing. If you want food for tomorrow, plant a tree. And if you want food for years and years and generation, take a child to school. I'm one person who is not happy when our brothers from the lower plains sell fish to us highly. They are not knowing where is the water coming from. They are not even ashamed to sell to us fish expensively. So we need to request for government to give us a man-made lake and some dams that will hold these waters to help our people to handle issues of food for production, to handle the irrigation aspect. I think it's the highest time that we need to walk the talk instead of just coming and sitting this kind of engagement and get allowances and just go and keep quiet. So issues of employment, development partners who are here, you also have a very big weakness. It's what we call 60 to 70% of the local contact. But if you tour to many of your organizations, there is what we call Toto Yebai. Our youth are becoming chairpersons of groups, chairpersons of Kwete groups, chairpersons of Maria groups, yet we have the opportunity to employ them. These factories are here. Shameful, even as the districts, we sell up these positions because our one do not have godparents in the district. For how long shall we continue? We are talking about unemployment, yet we are the ones who are the problem. So today, I want us to speak as Karamojongs. Let's avoid issues of speaking as Moroto. When we were in Kampala, I told my seniors, because I am their last born, I told them issues of running to ministries individually cannot help us. Let's see how to budget our times. When we are going to any ministry, we work as the entire mayors of Moroto and the receivers of Moroto. We are lucky that government has fully given us the ministers who are our own. Ani ro market de changne tarma kar mo jonga robo ke jelo cham tai ai diomon. Ke yang to li ta ki diomon to ngarang to burkan kachol. Ki diomon te yo to ma yore am te kuna jo ka rai. So we should take the advantage. It is us now to give them moral. It is us now to give them the power. So people, youth, speak up. I am happy that you have formed a regional youth parliament. Districts community development officers, I mean. Let's see how to create budgets for youth. Let's see how to support them to the dot. Because they are our replacement. Because I'm speaking as a youth. Ngikadi ko. Tajale ne teng che bere bere. Yang che kad ko ne tamade be aku wo be paka na tanare. So with those very many words, I want to declare this engagement officially open for God and my country.
Thank you, Bwana Chairman. Ani lo sta na pido na nguna Kampala mun. Anyara ya do ada kuye te da na compound. Ya ka ya toma. Alakara. When I already see it began before you arrived. As a tradition, the anthems are always sung when you are there. And so I want to ask all of us to stand up. I have national anthem and East African anthem. Thank you. These machines will one time make us forget our anthems. So I think next time we should stop playing those machines and we just sing. I have my colleague here. She's called Olive. She has some questions to ask you. Thank you. You're welcome.
As Museji said, my name is Nauton Oliver. I'll be co-hosting with Museji. Before we sang the national anthem, the LC5 spoke, and the LC5 spoke, I would like to put a question to the room. You all have at least your takeaway. I would like to know, I'll put a question to the room, maybe it's to 3 people, and just ask, what was your takeaway?
Sorry, was attending to something.
Okay.
Maybe if you can raise it again.
Okay. No, I could still pass it to another person, sorry.
Thank you. Joseph Andrea is my name, DCDO Cochido. I think for now, what is important is as stakeholders, how do we engage youth? Because we must move with them, we must involve them, and ensure that they participate at every level of decision making. This will give them an opportunity to understand, but also to grow.
Thank you so much, Dennis Ross.
Yes, thank you so much. My takeaway from all the speakers, and most especially from the LC5, Moroto, is that he has called for unity for this region. Just like the big people say, if you handle one stick, you can easily break. But if the sticks are in bundles, you cannot break them easily. So they have called for youth engagement, and not just youth engagement, meaningful youth engagements that can spur the region. First of all, our youth constitute of 80% of the population. They have 80% of the energy that can be used either productively or wrongfully. But for now, we want to use this youth to use the energy productively. Thank you.
My last person.
I'm Lawrence Ogwaria, DCD Abim. The many questions that were raised with regards to the active youth engagement has actually given me another question to the youth. And my question to the youth is, if we are to be of help, what is your contribution to the economy of this country in a normal year where we have had rain as a graduate? In most cases, we do not contribute. We wait for what is on a silver plate. What is our contribution to the economy or even to the family that you hail from? And maybe it is something that we need to think through and see how best we can come out of the challenges affecting the youth. Thank you.
I think I'm going to do the ladies.
Thank you very much. My name is Lomele Vivian. I am the district youth chairperson APAC. I'm also the deputy speaker, Karamoja Youth Parliament. What stood out for me was that Karamoja stories cannot be told by other people without us. So the youth and the young people of this region should change. We can change the narrative about Karamoja and the history that has been written about Karamoja.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Amagi Lolem, District CDO Moroto. My take home from the chairman's speech is that the DCDOs, we have to create budgets for the young people. I want to say we are not going to promise you much, but I think we are going to work within what we have. And also we encourage the young people to support departments in lobbying for funds from development partners and any other well-wishers. You all know that the Department of Community-Based Services is one of the least funded departments in districts. So to the young people, don't expect much from us. Don't be anxious, but let's work together to make your dreams come true. That is my take home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, whoever has talked. And now, Mr. J, I think you can take us through.
Thank you. Right away, I want to invite a climate expert from Office of the Prime Minister to come and talk to us about Karamoja climate and anger realities. You're welcome.
How much time will you? It's okay. The RDC is present, chief administrative officers, the technical staff from our local governments, our partners, Kaese and the consortium, the youth, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is it lunch hour? My name is Elungat Solomon. I work in Office of the Prime Minister. I'm in charge of disaster preparedness for the country. Prior to that, I worked as an environment officer for very many good years in one of the districts in this country. Today, I'm speaking as an expert with expert knowledge on climate risks and the meaning to the youth of Karamoja. Our guests and participants, I had a 1 hour's talk. However, I've been given 15 minutes to summarize. It's going to be a brutal talk on realities that we are facing. I want, first of all, to thank the chairpersons and the RDCs for the efforts you have put together to ensure that governance is ongoing, activities are being implemented, and our gaps are being identified. Powers, you're doing your job. I also want to congratulate the political leaders for your mandate in the office. Please, let's give a hand of applause for the political leaders. Now, straight away, I was listening attentively to the chairperson and the question of division, the question of not moving together for the common cause as an issue. It reflected to my mind quickly. And I want to remind you that as a region, we have an opportunity to move together. As a region, we have a blueprint that will help us to move together. The Karamoja Regional Development Program. Young people, are you aware we have the document? Young people, have we seen it? Young people, have we internalized it? Young people, is it worth having it? That silence is information. That silence is knowledge. The CEO was telling me there's a communication hub, information hub in Moroto. Please, let's take advantage to ensure that we understand what the blueprint. Chairpersons and cows, where I stand, the experience I have got, that blueprint gives you the basis to move together because it unites the whole region in all fronts. When you look at it thoroughly, with the 6 pillars it has, it should be able to ensure that issues of developing Karamoja are handled in unison, irrespective of location and the differences in development levels. When it comes to the subject I want to discuss, climate, colleagues, we should be prepared for the worst scenarios. This is not a Karamoja scenario, it's a global scenario. I've been in Karamoja for the last 3 weeks. I have moved in all your districts, right from Amudat up to Karenga in the last 3 weeks. The situation is not good. There's no food in homes. Young people are in bars, in trading centers. Businesses have collapsed. Schools are crowded with non-school going people. I was in a school in Nabilatuk. The parents and old people wait for the bell. That bell for that one meal, and they join. If you go and track, why did we reach here? Climate change. The science is telling us we are going for the worst, nationally and globally. How are we preparing ourselves for the worst? Let me give you accountability for this year. We do predictions as government, as international agencies on weather systems globally, regionally, and in Karamoja particularly. I am happy I have some of my colleagues who participate in this process sometimes. Please leave that presentation because I'm summarizing it. We knew by December last year that there's going to be drought in Karamoja. Did you know that? This is an expert conversation. Don't look at me as somebody in OPM. Look at me as an expert. We knew. Chairman, did you know that? December, we knew. But here we are with it. Systems are there to monitor, detect, and inform. However, I think we end in monitor, detect, inform ourselves who are gathered here, but not the common person who's down on the grassroots. The grandmother, that old woman, that young person who's down in the grassroots in Karamoja does not receive this information. We need to change information flow as far as climate is concerned. We need to unpack how information moves to safeguard the climate risks that we are in as of today. Karamoja is known as agropastoral. We are mobile people to safeguard ourselves from the extremes. We have put systems to reduce mobility, but that comes with serious climate risk impacts. We did pilot in the last 2 months communication and information dissemination to climate risks in Karamoja. I have colleagues here who went to markets. All your daily markets, we visited them. And the question, the feedback we are getting is, where does this information remain? The information is coming too late. I will give you scenarios where we anticipated rain, normal rains to be in Karamoja region between March, April, May,
moving the break, this period should be a rainy season. But we knew that the rain is not going to come this year because the El Nino phenomena was detected and it is still developing. Those who planted early, around February, harvested because there was a stray rain that came within this period. Those who planted during the real planting period for the region, chairpersons, there's nothing to harvest. There's completely nothing. Everything has died. And you know, we have no option for now. We have to go for response. However, if we can improve on climate information sharing, I want to strongly believe we are able to reduce on the impact of climate. For instance, we are in the extreme of drought. What is the opposite? Floods, excessive rainfall. And as we speak now, the precursor for El Nino is the drought we are facing. It's the one that has destroyed whatever potential we had. And immediately after it, towards September, October, the El Nino is coming. What's the implication of that was? RDC, the rains are coming. We have seen them. What you're seeing currently is just a precursor for the real rains to come. And the current prediction we are seeing indicates it might go up to January. Were we prepared for this? What do we do as young people? What do we do as leaders? How do we tweak our development programming? I was with the Karamoja Resilience Secretariat Chairperson. Did I see you around? He's not in. And we are saying development partners, what are we doing? Can we repurpose our resources to ensure we first safeguard the lives of people who are at risk? This is what we face. I was in the Gabon, an interaction with a number of youth indicate where did you put your PDM money? Partly in agriculture. It's gone. And tomorrow the DCDO will be looking for it to refund. Where do you expect the young person to get the resources to pay back PDM? We need to have a reflection on how best we can ensure that we do not fall prey to climate risks. Truly speaking, the systems are not very predictable. When you look at the animal rearing, the diseases, the incidences are increasing. I think they are becoming resistant to available vaccines, and it's becoming a problem. And these are all aggravated by climate change, and it's not going to change soon. At one time, God got annoyed and sent floods. You know, my experience in disaster preparedness and climate is that some of these things you cannot change them. We can live with them in terms of adaptation. We can live with them in terms of ensuring we mitigate the impacts. And we can live with them in terms of adopting proper systems and mechanisms that can help us ensure we don't fall back. Colleagues, today I want to assure you that unless you put climate information and climate change in the forefront, you will not succeed in your long-term planning. You will not succeed in your short-term and mid-term interventions. Chairpersons talked about hearing Bala moving around. The road fund. I was discussing with all the district technical persons and asking them, why doesn't an engineer use climate information? You're opening roads when the information indicates it's going to be floods. You're signing contracts at a time when the rains are coming. You understand the implication already. You're fixing culverts at a wrong time. Yet climate information is available. And tomorrow Balaam will come and ask you, where is the road? Who took the road? Not you. So young people, as you look into how best you can improve the systems and life systems in Karamoja, my call is to ensure you put climate information and climate risk information at the forefront. Where are we in terms of the crisis brought by the climate change? I had chairman talk about millions of shillings invested in Karamoja, billions of shillings invested in Karamoja. Today we are not only talking about development programming. Government has so far released 45 billion. And it's not enough. Mabonga was there. The army is struggling to ensure that the food reaches on time. What would the 45 billion do if we had to do anticipatory action interventions? What would the 45 billion plus? And that is a token. That might be for 2 months, by the way. As I speak, we are finalizing the overall budget of $84 million. $84 million for cross-sector response to this drought. Response. What would $84 million do, chairpersons? The other brutal fact is you might have limited options when you're in Karamoja. Chairman talked about Kobebe Dam. I'm told it's completely dry. I'm told it's completely dry. Another person is saying, why? I have gone to schools and the water crisis is high. There's a school I visited and girls are being given 2 liters of water, a boarding school. 2 liters a day, used sparingly in this region. Boreholes are drying. So the climate crisis might not give us leverage for a number of options, but I think we need to diversify our economic options to ensure we safeguard ourselves from the risks associated with climate and climate change. Finally, we have adequate forests. Young people, we have adequate forests to access climate risk and climate information, to access better technical and innovation systems and approaches that can help safeguard the investments from climate risks. And therefore, the young people, the youth, ensure that you demand for climate information from the district leaders. Ensure you demand for climate information from the MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies. Ensure you demand for climate information from partners and ensure that your voice, as far as climate risk and climate information, is heard. We have assets that are available for climate risk monitoring. However, they are purely vandalized. You can count the weather stations in this country. And in Karamoja here, I will tell you, we installed 36 weather stations, and 14 hydrological monitoring stations, but I'll tell you less than a quarter are survived. Let's protect these investments, and we should be able to ensure that we live a better life together with climate change. How do I want to guide the youth and the young people? One, map climate risks. Mayor talked about this. Map and identify where the climate risks are. This will help you to ensure that you understand the kind of interaction, innovation, and investments that you put to avoid the extreme events. Let's go for green skilling, colleagues and partners. I'm happy we have apps. Are we skilling our youth with green knowledge, green technology? I used to see greenhouses in the region, but I think they're accountable now. Why? Where have they gone? Colleagues, there's a project called Climate Smart Agriculture. It was very interesting. Where's Amudat? I was in Amudat and Kawa Amudat. I was in Amudat and I think at Blatuk. And I was shocked that there's no climate smart projects in those districts. If you try to investigate why, you will realize that sometimes we take decisions without having concrete evidence on the ground. So, youth and partners, district local governments, we need to ensure we train our youths on green climate and ensure they have green climate skills. Schools provide a platform for climate adaptation and mitigation. I was in the Napak Seed secondary school. The school planted 20 acres of beans and it all dried. They had a wood lot, it also got burnt. I was in the Nakapiripiri township. Similar story. Their genets and their beans are destroyed. Yet we can use the available resources to strengthen these project activities, strengthen model farms, to strengthen model activities at school level so that our children, our youth are able to leave the schools with a better skill that they can continue with beyond the school environment. Youth in leadership. The parliament. Where is the member of parliament? The speaker. Did I hear there's a speaker here? That should be a voice. That should be a fora. That you should be able to ensure that the youth put their voice on climate issues in the right place. I don't know how it is institutionalized. The biggest challenge we have sometimes it is activism. Mayor, Chair, Radisi, and colleagues who are here, activism without action helps to put the issue on the table, but it dies on arrival. There's need for constructive engagement, for constructive dialogue, like where we are, to ensure that the issues are picked up and are mainstreamed into the available systems so that we are able to make decisions jointly and enhance our mitigation and adaptation to climate issues. And finally, partnerships. Why are we here? Mayor, why are we here? How did we arrive here? Because of partnerships. Our partners who are here, you can see this, very many logos. That is a sign of good relationships and good partnerships. Let's continue building the partnerships with the relevant partners who are able to provide us with knowledge, skills that are useful to ensure we build our capacities to manage the climate risks that are facing the region. Let me point out this as I conclude. The climate systems are not easily predictable. Number two, the climate change impacts and manifestation is anticipated to be moving from worse, what? Worse beyond crisis, and it's not going to change soon because to change it needs a long-term intervention, and most of us might not be there at that time when it has what? It has reversed. Let alone the migration, is what called climate migration, the human migration. People have moved. That is also going to continue, and that comes with conflict. Our neighbors are going to move. And when I was moving in the region, you would see cattle moving, and you would inquire they are from where. They say we are neighbors with our good countries, and there's free movement. So what are they say? That is a climate issue. The more you have well equipped with climate information, I think we should be able to mitigate and reduce the impact of climate change in this country. That is my communication. That is my advice, and that is my appeal to you. I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you very much for God and my country.
Yalama Noy, Mr. Solomon Dalongat. And to build up on what our brother has talked, we're going to have a community performance illustrating lived realities on climate change by C&D. C&D, are you ready? After that, we shall have a panel discussion building up from the keynote address, and that will be led by Samuel Lokut. C&D.
Raka. Whoa, 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 whoa. You ask what? Yeah. You see them girl, I beauty them. Falling in love is too easy. Staying in love is the tricky part. Didn't know that I would walk away. And love made me blind, couldn't read the signs. I really thought that this was for life. Growing up with you by my side. Oh, and ooh, baby, my heart is broken. Oh, I'm never falling in love again. Oh, you got my heart broken. Oh, no. I'm never falling in love again. Oh, da-di-da, baby. I'm not coming home. No more, shawty. Sitting with the da-di-da, baby. I'm not coming home. No more, shawty. Sitting with yeah, it's to be so that we make at the
Ya udah.
Tokoya. Barakuru. Barakuru. Ajo to yo kana. Yini aba ko mwana ko pa. Anu ngakiro jo to yo. Ade mte ko kwa koro kana. Yene perito ka koro. Kujen ko kwa pana makai. Yini ngina moyo tanya mo yolo la ngini ngina. Ajo. Kata wada angkar lo. Ko nyanya maberu. Nyo. Aba yo pure pure. Kitel kaya bara kitel. Bota la re panja. Itu ko ina gru. Jara ko ngake to. Jara. Awe dia ko pana ngupe karete. Ui.
Soli moki nai totokon, soli moki papakon. Yai baru. Yai baru. Soli moki nai totokon, soli moki papakon.
Ko gwana wapukan. Itu biayo ngamakan. Tunga. Ko gwana wapukan. Itu biayo ngamakan.
Wene papa na giru. Kini toki ulamanya, yemi wakundo ino. Wene takiru. Tigine le wande kuwa mwala jambere. Kida wewen agitiki puti geto. Agitino chacha. Wene papa na giru. Kini toki ulamanya, yemi wakundo ino. Wene takiru. Tigine le wande kuwa mwala jambere. Kida wewen agitiki puti geto.
Kenya kunyo kalo yolo. Kenya kunyo kanari. Apuka na chama yong. Chama yong. Auto na kiru wakadaro. Arawina te ikeshingara itangu na babo. Yura te. Tuta na kiru wakadaro. Arawina te ikeshingara itangu na babo. Yura te babo. Papa wana ibala yo. Olu pagiringi ako kitolu. Wana lele ke kuwa malolano. Ashamayo, papa wana ibala yo. Olu pagiringi ako kitolu. Yokon kwana wapukan. Yokon kwana ngetunga. Yokon kwana yukone. Ota na kiru. Yoko ya kaberu. Alakaria yo, ota tutu, ninya jokon. Alakaria yo, ota papa, ninya jokon. Naka kitoi no. Ninya jokon ni papa yero, ninya jokon. 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 Papa yero, ninya jokon ni papa yero. Ninya jokon ni papa yero, ninya jokon.
Angona ketha tu beitanin pe alkara no wesi andi a group do diutu aron ne ka tubun keto kajo kena kaya kaundo keto. I want to invite Samuel to take over from here.